Well, before this streaming has even begun, it turns out that the Mariners have already clinched their second seed thanks to a victory by the Detroit Tigers over the Cleveland Guardians. Congratulations to the Mariners. Now, we don't have to stress too much that the Mariners are going to be skipping the wild card round and will get to enjoy. Oh, just kidding. They're not going to enjoy. They still got to see if they can get the number one seed, because given the Mariners' outstanding record in T-Mobile Park, as they do have one of the best records, they're tied for the best record in the American League at home. They're now like one game back from that seed. So there is still an opportunity for the Mariners to, there's still plenty of baseball left that is mean for something. So yes, they'll have the first round bye for the playoffs of the division series, but maybe they should see if they can try to get the first seed overall so that they can get the number one seed. So in case they make it to the American League Championship Series, they can have home field advantage for that. So it is still far from over, as there is still plenty to look forward or maybe even stress about for anyone that cares. But right now, the Mariners are at 89 and 69. They are right now one game back from Toronto. And then let's see what the scores are for today. So the Blue Jays they're winning their game 6-1. So it looks like they'll be 91 and 68. So if the Blue Jays win, and even if the Mariners win, it will still be a one-game deficit. Also, the Yankees are going to win as well. So there's going to be a lot to look at for this weekend. So let's look at the schedule too. The Blue Jays schedule, they'll be playing at home against Tampa. And for the Yankees, who are they going to play? They're going to be playing at home versus Baltimore. So unfortunately, I think it's just kind of out of reach, because Mariners don't even have Brian Wu, as he is still recovering from an injury with his pectoral. And also the Mariners are going to be playing against the Dodgers. Now the Dodgers, they did secure their bye week, but it does not mean that they are going to be necessarily handing Mariners victories either. Maybe they want to play for the momentum going into the playoffs. So I don't know. I don't really know what to expect. I guess we'll see. And Matthew, hello. Thank you for being here as always. You're always that early guy, and you're always saying that I'm late. So thank you for that shout out. And also throughout this game, I will be covering portions of the Seahawks game, as there is going to be reasons to follow it. And other reasons to follow is maybe Harry Ford gets his first start, which he hasn't gotten. But I think the Mariners are still trying to play for that number one seed. And also, I will be paying close attention to the Seahawks game. So during commercial break, I'll be covering parts of that as well. As of course, I didn't even get to watch the Seahawks because of hashtag don't quit your day job. So I'll be doing quite a bit of multitasking, and we will get to it. And now let's get over to the starting lineup. And by the way, it's halftime. Seahawks are up 14-3 on a very comfortable lead against the Arizona Cardinals. Here's the lineup for the Seattle Mariners. We've got Randy Arozarena, Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Josh Naylor, Jorge Polanco, Eugenio Suarez, Dom Canzone, Mitch Garver, and J.P. Crawford. And on the mound is going to be Emerson Hancock. So he'll have some starting opportunities to see what he can do. As for Colorado, we got Mickey Moniak, Goodman, Krim, Beck, Tovar, Doyle, Kyle Karros, Fulford, and the Riddler. And now we've got Emerson Hancock on the mound. He's making a start. He's been starting most of the season, but they decided to put him as a bullpen pitcher, and he's actually been more effective since. And let's see what he can do, at least as a starter. I think maybe this could be a glorified bullpen day, but we are going to see and find out. And this first pitch is going to be brought to you by SeatGeek. And SeatGeek, use the promo code Rooftop Sports, get your $20 off, especially if you plan to go to the last 3 Mariners games. And more importantly, if you plan to go to the Mariners game on October 4th, go to SeatGeek and you're $20 off of that. And now here is the pitch. And that is going to be I think that's a foul ball, and that is strike one. And we are underway here at T-Mobile Park. And now we got 0-1. Now the pitch to Moniak. And now here's going to be a liner to left field, and that is going to be a base hit. And now we already on the second pitch, we got a man on first base, and now it's going to be Goodman up to the plate. Yesterday, the Mariners secured their division, and not only did they secure their division, thanks to a Tigers victory over Cleveland, they are now locked in for the second seed, which means they will be skipping the wild card round. As now we got Emerson Hancock on the mound going against Goodman. Now the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball, and that is ball one. That is going to be a 1-0 count. Hunter Goodman this season batting .277 with 30 home runs and 89 RBIs. He's easily been the best hitter for Colorado this season. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Let's see how good Hunter Goodman really is, and let's see what he's been doing with Colorado. He was born in 1999. He is 25 years old. He's been playing since 2023, and he didn't break out really legitimately until 2025, where he was an all-star. As now we're at 1-1, and that's going to be low for a ball. Things to be looking at is seeing if the Mariners can try to see if they can squeak in to get a number one seed. But the schedule strength for the Yankees and the Blue Jays are a bit simpler, and that's going to be a foul ball. It's going to be a much lighter schedule than what the Mariners have, as they will be closing the season against the Los Angeles Dodgers. So maybe the second seed is probably going to be the more likely at this point. We are at 2-2 on Goodman. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right center field. And Julio, he is there. He makes the catch, and that's going to be one out. And he has to go back to first base. Next batter is going to be the Krim. Krim, who hit the home run yesterday, he broke the perfect game, and he's going to get another crack at it. I'm looking at the other broadcast. Tony Gonzalez, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Andrew Whitworth, and Richard Sherman are on the sidelines, reporters. Sam Darnold, 123 passing yards and a touchdown. We got 0-1 for Krim, who just got a strike on him. Now we're looking at the 0-1. And he gets off. Hancock just steps off the bag. We got Moniak taking the lead, taking a nice little lead. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike, and that is 0-2. Looks like I got some people coming in. If you're here, show yourselves. Put yourselves on the chat and let me know that you are here. Cleveland and Detroit are tied, but Cleveland owns the tiebreaker. So a lot of work to be done for between Detroit and Cleveland. And now the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike three, and that is going to be 2 outs. For the remaining schedule, they'll be closed. The Cleveland Guardians will be closing it against Texas, and Tigers are going to be closing it against Boston, while Houston will be closing their series at Anaheim. And now here is Jordan Beck, and that is going to be a strike. Let's see what Houston's schedule is remaining at the very end. Houston is now 4.5 back from the AL West, but of course they're not going to be able to catch up anyway. As now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch, and now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field, but Canzone is there and he makes the catch, and that is going to retire the side. Aside from a base hit given up, an easy inning for Emerson Hancock, and now we will be going into the bottom of the first. look at that. Got 7 people on the YouTube right now. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. They're talking about, man, the whole world seems to be talking about Cal Raleigh. The whole world is really talking about Cal Raleigh of his brilliance of this season, where he broke the catcher's home run record of 49, and now he is up to 60. He is tied with the legendary Babe Ruth. Yes, you are, Matthew. You're still very much here. And yeah, Cal Raleigh, he is now just 3 home runs away from owning the American League record. And how special would it be for a Seattle Mariner to own an American League record? Just like how Ichiro Suzuki, he owns the hits record of 262 from 2004. And how about Cal Raleigh being able to own the American League record of 62 or 63? How about that? And now we got Randy Arozarena up to the plate. And he's going to try to see what damage he can do, as he hasn't really done much in this series. Now the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. And that's going to be 0-1 for the El Rando Grando. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And that's going to be 0-2 for Randy Arozarena. We're at 0-2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball to right field, and not much happening. And now he's going to make the catch. And now we got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. Cal Raleigh is still trying to chase for history. He is now 3rd for the most home runs in the American League with 60. He is tied with Babe Ruth, and he immediately, some fans are standing up, giving him the ovation. Looks like he's getting a little bit of a standing ovation, as he does have a chance to make history to tie Roger Maris of 61. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. And is that going to go? And it is Marine Laird. Oh, man, that looks promising, but he just barely got under it. I thought it was going to be the Roger Maris, tying Roger Maris, but nope, not going to happen. And it happened on the very first pitch. And just looking at the replay, it was right down the middle, but the bat barely just got under it. Otherwise, that was just going to be absolutely destroyed. And now we're going to have all the T-Mobile Park haters going, bringing the fences for Cal Raleigh. And now here's Julio Rodriguez up to the plate. And that is a strike. And that's going to be 0-1. As you can tell, I think the Mariners are going to be playing a little bit more loose, as we're at 0-1. Now here's Julio. And that is going to be a strike, 0-2. It looks like Kyler Murray has thrown 2 interceptions today. He is 1 for 12 when he 1 and 12 when he does that. Now the pitch, low for a ball. That is going to be ball 1. As we're at 1-2 for from Bradley Blaylock. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner right to the shortstop, and that is going to retire the side. And already a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Rockies against the Mariners. And we're going to go to the top of the second, and it is still no score. So let is looking at how many shows am I at this season. This is show number 69. I definitely do not want to end the season with 69 shows. I definitely want to end it with at least 70. which I won't be able to complete tomorrow because hashtag family first. But for Saturday, I will have achieved my 70th show. And fittingly, Jay Trident podcast, he is projected to be there for my show. So he'll be looking forward to witness history. And I gotta tell him that too. Yeah, it'll be show number 70, and I'm projected to finish at 71. And what an accomplishment that would be for me. I have done, by the end of this season, I would have done 43% of the shows. And it's something I'm very proud of. In 23, I did 39. 24, I did 60. And in 25, I am set to do 69 shows. And what an accomplishment that it is going to be. I'm on 69, and I will be. And now we're back from the break, and that is going to be a strike on Tovar. Yeah, I'm going to be at 70 shows by Saturday and 71 at the end of the season. And now we're at 0-1 for Tovar. Now the pitch, and that is a swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. My goal for the show, my goal was to be 100, but of course that just did not happen. And now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 3. I think that's going to be strikeout number 2 for Emerson Hancock, and it is. And now we've got 1 out. And looks like we're getting ready for second half of Seahawks football. Now the pitch, that's going to be inside for a ball. Looks like kickoff is about to be set and ready for the Seahawks. And during commercial break, I will be peeking into the Seahawks game. As now we're at 1-0, the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Doyle is the batter. He is 0 for 4 in this series. I'm definitely a lot more loose than I was yesterday and 48 hours ago. The pitch, outside for a ball, and that is 2-1. And Seahawks are coming out with the ball. They are going into the 30. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. A good start for Emerson Hancock so far. And now we're at 2-2 for Doyle. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball, and that will be hooking foul. That is going to be still 2-2. And looking at the Seahawks game, Sam Darnold's about to snap. And he fakes handoff, and now he's going for... No, he gets sacked immediately, and the ball is out. But the Seahawks do recover. Doing a multi-streaming that it seems like. As we are at 2-2 for Doyle. And also, since the Mariners, I was going to make a bet that if the... Hold on. As we're at 2-2, got to get this out of the way. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Yeah, what I was going to do today was I was going to refuse to get a haircut until at least the end of the regular season, or until the Mariners secured their bye, which they did. So I'll be getting a haircut tomorrow. And now the 2-2 pitch, way outside for a ball. That's going to be 3-2. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a high chopper to Emerson Hancock. Throw to first in time. Nice laser throw. And that's already going to be 2 outs. Brilliant pitching by Emerson Hancock so far until the next batter is up. I want to take a peek at the Seahawks game as they're at a critical 3rd and 1. And now here is Sam Darnold. He's rolling out from the pocket. Now he's going to throw. He's going to get it to A.J. Barner. And that's going to be a first down. And now we got Kyle Karros up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is right in there for a strike. That was an absolute laser. And the pitch. And a swing and a miss and strike 2. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. Karros is at 1-2. He's batting .228 this season. And the pitch. And strike 3 called, and that is going to retire the side. And that is going to, I already said that. And another easy 1-2-3 inning for Emerson Hancock. And what a game that he is having so far in the first 2 innings. How smooth it gets. He has retired 5 in a row. And now we're at the Seahawks game. Now they're at 3rd down. It's about 12 minutes left in this quarter. They're at the huddle. Now they just broke the huddle. Charbonnet is the lone running back. And they just have to get 2 yards. Now here's going to be a handoff to Charbonnet, and he gets the first down so easily. And now the Seahawks continue to just move the chains. A new fresh set of downs, and that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Seahawks as they are up 14-3. Maybe I should put the scoreboard up for the Seahawks. And now here is Sam Darnold. He's going to get sacked, unfortunately speaking. Let's see what it looks like when I do it that way. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool too. So this is my commercial break time. When Seahawks are, or Mariners are on commercial break, I will cover some Seahawks. And now we're at 2nd down for Sam Darnold. Looks like we got a player down for the Cardinals. And I'll be calling the Seahawks game during commercial break, or if there's like some very critical moment for the Seahawks, like if there's a very clutch moment, then I'll do that. But if Cal Raleigh is up, he gets priority. So both get priority for each other. And actually, we're back from the break. So here we are. And now here is Josh Naylor up to the plate. And now the pitch. And now he's going to bunt it. And that's going to be a foul ball. And Josh Naylor has been nothing short of just amazing for the Mariners. He is batting over .350 since playing at T-Mobile Park. RGR in the house. How are you doing today? My best Mariners YouTube member who has really done a lot for this YouTube channel. And now we're at 0-1. And someone just used my SeatGeek promo code. Thank you very much for using that. I hope you're using that. I hope you use that for the Rockies game, but I would like all of you to use it for the Dodgers game and this upcoming playoff series as well. As now we're at 0-1 for Josh Naylor. Still nothing. Nothing has gone on, not gone anything much. Month of September, Josh Naylor's batting .347. And now the 0-1 pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. They're showing the record of Baker Mayfield since he joined the Buccaneers. He's 22-15 since joining. And now here's Josh Naylor looking at an 0-2. And now here is the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And yeah, they better re-sign him. Like they have no reason. They just have to. As now we're at 1-2 for Josh Naylor. He has a chance. And now here's the 1-2 pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. And now that we got Josh Naylor back on at the first base, and looks like the Seahawks are going. No, it's Jason Myers that's going to be going for that field goal. And I'll switch over to him real quickly so I can get a score right there. So we got Jason Myers, who is 6 for 7 on field goals. And now he's going for a 44-yard field goal attempt as we're at 4th and 2. Now the kick is up, and that goes right through the uprights, and that is good. And the Seahawks now take a 17-3 lead. Now here is Jorge Polanco, and we got to throw back to first, and it's not in time. Now we're at bottom second. Polanco is up, who's also had an amazing season. Naylor's almost at 31 stolen bases. And now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be 0-1 for Jorge Polanco. Excuse me. As we are at 0-1. And now the pitch, low for a ball, 1-1. I want to look at where exactly the Mariners were on September 25th of last season, and it was very bleak to say the least. As we're at 1-1 for Polanco. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a chopper and fouled. Last season, the Mariners were 85-77. And on September 25th, 2024, the Mariners had just won their game 8-1. And it was also the day that they were eliminated from playoff contention. As now we're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, double play ball, toss over to second, the throw to first, and actually not in time. And Jorge Polanco is going to get on first base. And now we got next batter up is going to be Eugenio Suarez. Good vibes only. A Josh Naylor hit deserves a tip. I'd say if he got a stolen base, you would have given me like $10 on that one. But thank you, RGR, for doing that. The magic number is 45. That means 45 to get to $50. Who can help me get there? That is all up to you. And now here's Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-1. And the throw back to first, and it's not in time. But yeah, they were 4 games back from the division. There was no way they were going to catch up to Houston. So it was about getting the wild card, which they were very close to getting. They almost pulled it off. As we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. Way inside for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. And last week, or 2 years ago on September 25th, the Mariners had just lost to the Astros 5-1, and I was actually at that game. And now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Now here's a fly ball belted the deep left field, and that is gone. That is a 2-run home run for the good vibes only. Eugenio Suarez. Mariners get on the board, and now they take a 2-0 lead, and that is his 49th home run of the season. And now it's the Mariners 2 and the Rockies nothing. And what a way to get this started for the quest to get to 90 wins and maybe a quest to get to that #1 seed. Who knows? Looks like there's still enough of the Mariners in them to close it out in this regular season on a very strong note. And what a hit by Eugenio Suarez, and that got out in a hurry.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
Gino with a 2-run home run. And now here is Canzone up to the plate, and that is a strike. And Canzone deserves a lot of credit as well. On that Tuesday, he hit that home run, a solo home run, to tie the game against the Rockies. Mariners are now on track for the sweep, and that's going to be inside for a ball. But yeah, it was how it happened was on September of 2024 or 2020, 25th of 23. And now here is the pitch and a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike one. Here was your lineup for the Mariners that day. It was J.P. Crawford, Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh, Teoscar Hernandez, Jared Kelenic, Gino Suarez. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, and that's going to be 2 outs. Ty France, Dom Canzone, and Josh Rojas. The man with the RBI was Julio Rodriguez. It was a sacrifice fly in the first inning. No, not in the first inning. That happened in the bottom of the 9th inning. Justin Verlander got the win. Luis Castillo got the loss. Verlander pitched nearly a complete game, and that is a strike. Verlander had 8 strikeouts. Castillo had 8, but he gave up 2 home runs. And the home runs were given up by Yordan Alvarez. Now the pitch, and that's going to be popped up into the catcher. Oh, and he drops it. No, not that he drops it. He lost the track. And where did I even go? I think it got lost in the netting or something, or he just wasn't paying attention. I have no idea. Let's see what really happened to it. I think it may have bounced off the net. That's why there was a lot of confusion. And I think it did bounce off the net. We're going to try this again as we're at 0-2 for Garver. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. Yeah, Dom getting sorted. Wow, yeah, it was embarrassing how he struck out. Now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be going to it bounces, and Mitch Garver gets an infield single. And this inning still stays alive, and now it's going to be up to J.P. Crawford to see what he can do. So yeah, that's what happened on September 25th, 2023. And in 22, when they made the playoffs, it was on the 25th of September. Mariners had lost 12-13 on some kind of a slugfest of a game. It was on a Sunday. Now here's J.P. Crawford. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. I think that was also the game where Robbie Ray got thrown out for doing the standing of the national anthem. Now we're at 0-1. Now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a bunting attempt and a beauty and foul. Strangely, on September 25th, 2022, though, the Mariners actually had a 9-2 lead, make that an 11-2 lead. And then they gave up 11 runs in the bottom of the 6th and then lost. How was that even possible? I don't even want to know. I really don't. The Rockies, you feel bad for? You almost feel. I don't. No freaking mercy. I ain't giving it to them. Now here's J.P. Crawford. 0-2. And now here's the pitch. Inside for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. I mean, for the Rockies, it's really a dead season for them. And the funny thing is, if the Rockies lose this game, they would have lost 116 games. As now we're at 1-2. The pitch, low for a ball, and that is now 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch, low for a ball. And now it's at 3-2. Now the 3-2 pitch. Now there's going to be a ground ball and the throw it over the first. And that's going to be in time. But Eugenio Suarez gets a 2-run home run to give the Mariners a 2-0 lead. And it is now a 2-0 ball game. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Looks like I'll cover a little bit of a Seahawks game. So Mariners commercial break is still going on. Here's Sam Darnold on his own 13. He has no running back with him. He's going to shovel toss over to Jackson Smith and Jigba, and he gets stopped pretty much immediately. A very predictable play. Reminded me of when the Seahawks kept doing all those jet sweeps. Oh, the showing the game. I got to get that out of the way. Woo! Yep. John Schneider is in the booth. Seahawks president of football operations and general manager. And now we're at 2nd and 11. Ball now on their own 12. And by the way, we're back from the break for the Mariners game. And now here is going to be Sam Darnold to pass. Now here is the pass that's going to be caught by Cooper Kupp, but maybe only like a gain of a yard. And now back to the Mariners game. As we're at 0-1 for Fulford. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And that's going to be 0-2. TK said that I'm glad that they didn't break the all-time loss record by the White Sox last year. Reinsdorf deserves that one. Yeah, Reinsdorf has been known to be a very controversial manager, owner, to say the least. Not only is he the manager or the owner of the Chicago White Sox, but he's also the owner of the Chicago Bulls, who has also managed owned that team into despair, especially after the 1998 Last Dance Chicago Bulls. But some say that, I mean, I will say this, like, if the rebuild had gone better as planned, now the pitch, and that is a strike. Had the rebuild been better executed, I think many people would have actually forgiven Jerry Krause and Jerry Reinsdorf for allowing the Last Dance to happen, allowing that breakup to happen. But just the way that it happened was very controversial. Basically, the perfect way to explain that Last Dance situation was basically nobody could get along. And now the pitch, low for a ball. You had Scottie Pippen with all that drama, Michael Jordan with his own thing, Phil Jackson beefing with Jerry Krause because Jerry Krause was scared that Phil Jackson wanted more power. As we're at 2-1, now the pitch to Hancock from Hancock. Now it's going to be a center field base hit. And now we've got Riddler on first base. I just like to call him the Riddler, but it's Ritter. And now we've got a man on first base. And now we got back to the top of the lineup. We got Mickey Moniak up to the plate. Hancock checks the runner. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And that is strike one. We're at 0-1 so far for Emerson Hancock. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. That is going to be 1-1 for Mickey Moniak. And I'm really excited to get my haircut tomorrow. I just absolutely cannot wait for it. As we're at 1-1 for Mickey. And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. As now we're at 2-1 for Moniak. And now the throw to first. Not in time. Now it's 2-1. And now the throw to first again. And he's really just trying to keep him in check. As now we're at 2-1 for Emerson Hancock. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike two. It's been a pretty much of a battle for this inning. Now we are at 2-2 for Mickey. Now the pitch, way outside for a ball. That's going to be 3-2. Now we're at 3-2 for Mickey Moniak, the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball drilled to center field. And now here's Julio to the track, and he makes the leap, and he makes the catch, and he makes that amazing catch. And now it's going to be 2 outs. What a catch by Julio Rodriguez. He had to leap a little bit, and now that's going to get the second out of this inning. There was Julio. He had to make a leap, and I thought that was going to be gone for a moment. Not saying that was going to be robbing a home run, but it certainly made a difference. It was still a catch as a catch. Now here's Goodman, and that's going to be in there for a strike. As now we're at 0-1 for Goodman. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. And now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch again. And a swing and a miss. And that is going to be strike three. And that's going to retire the side. A little bit of a heart attack inning. But how about Emerson Hancock? In 3 innings, he has 5 strikeouts. He is absolutely on fire. And now to the Seahawks game. We're at second down. Seahawks defense have been overwhelming Kyler Murray. They got him on that sack, and it was by a blitz by Devon Witherspoon. They were trying to flea flicker, and it completely just failed as the Cardinals are just getting embarrassed. And now it's 2nd and 17, but they are in field goal range, however. And now here is Kyler Murray looking to pass. He's getting overwhelmed already. Now he has to try to run, and he is going to run. And he actually loses a yard on that one. That's probably going to make it 3rd down and 18. Let's look at the coverage by the Seahawks defense. Yeah, Murray couldn't find anyone open. So he had no choice but to just eat it and take the loss. Now we're at 3rd and 17, so he didn't lose anything. Now here's Murray going for, oh, and he drops it incomplete. And now it's going to be 4th down and 17. And I don't even know if they're going to be on field goal range, and I hope not. 4th and 17. Let's see what they can do here. Cardinal fans are not too happy about this, as we're at 4th and 17. And yep, they are going for the field goal. It's going to be a 57-yard attempt. Now here is the snap, the kick, and it goes right through the uprights. And now it's going to be 17-6, Seattle lead. And now we are back from the break. And now here is Randy Arozarena, and that is a strike. As now we're at 1-1. Cal Raleigh is on deck, has a chance for 61. Now here's the pitch, and that's going to be low for a ball. And that's going to be 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep left center field, but that's going to be caught by the center fielder. And now that's going to be 1 out, but it's going to be up to Cal Raleigh. And knowing that the Mariners don't have as much to play for other than that 1 seed, even though it does seem unattainable based on the schedule that the other teams have, the Yankees and the Blue Jays. Basically, I think that I got to see what the magic number is. I don't think they really do have a magic number for that. And now fans are standing up for Cal Raleigh. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. Yeah, so Mariners don't have a magic number. They don't. As we're at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. Now here's a fly ball to deep right field. And that's going to drop, and that's fouled. Now that's going to be 1-1. Yep, so right now, as of now, the Mariners do not control their own destiny. Blue Jays magic number is 3, so they cannot win. I think they just have to win. Yeah, they just can't win 3 games. Now the pitch. So supposedly, if they win 2 games, and I guess if everything else happens, then they lose that. But as of now, Mariners just don't control their own. They just does not control its destiny. As we're at 2-1. Now here is the pitch. Way inside for a ball. And I think Blaylock is just going to pitch outside of him. Looks like he doesn't want to be part of victim of history, because Rockies gave up 2 home runs yesterday to Cal Raleigh that gave him 59 and 60. I mean, being 60 in the American League when you're with Babe Ruth. And now here's the 3-1. Now here's going to be a ground ball and the throw to first. And that's going to be in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. And now it's going to be up to Julio Rodriguez, who has an opportunity himself to make something of a difference. If he hits a home run, he will be having his career high of 33. Julio's batting .269 with 32 home runs. And I wonder how many RBIs he does have. As now here is the pitch. He's at 95 RBIs. His career high is 103 from his 23 season. Now we're at 0-1. Now the pitch, way outside for a ball. His wins above replacement is at 6.8, while Cal Raleigh is hanging at around the 7s. As we're at 1-1 for Julio. And now the pitch. And that's going to be fouled back, and that is strike 2. As now we're at 1-2 for Julio. And this inning could end at any time. Now here's the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be jammed up and fouled. And now we're at still 1-2. We're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And fouled again. While I'm glancing over the Seahawks game, Kenneth Walker just lost a big one. And now they're heading into the fourth quarter. As now we're at 1-2. Now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is 2-2. Carlos Vargas is in the bullpen already. Looks like it's going to be a bullpen day for the Mariners. They're just going to try to see, and now there's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up into right field. Is that going to be enough? And I think, does he make the catch? Nope, that's going to be fouled. He loses it. And now we're at still at 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. We're going to try this again. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up into right center field. And he makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side. We go into top of the fourth inning. 2-0 Mariners.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki tiki. Tiki tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, artichoke hearts, and the chicken. And we're going to spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Commercial breaks are going on both ends. Seahawks are now at 17-6. I think they just punted the ball away, or they still have the ball, but it's not looking good for them. But one more quarter to go, and the Seahawks will win the game. Oh, and it looks like, are they bringing out Carlos Vargas? Nope, here's Hancock, and now the pitch. And that is a strike. I mean, there's no reason to pull him right now because he's just been pitching outstanding. It looks like we got some change already. Got Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. Late tonight, but you're here. We're looking good. Yep, 2-0. So you're on the Twitch. Encourage you to come on the YouTube, though. And now here's Blaine Krim. Batting .220. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 3. I think that's strikeout number 6 for Emerson Hancock. And now we've got one out. Look, I got to turn down the volume so I don't miss any copyrights on my video game. All right, I just turned it all the way down. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a liner and fouled. Carlos Vargas in the bullpen. So Leo Rivas is taking over for J.P. Crawford. Would like to see Harry Ford get some action. As we're at 0-1 the pitch. And that is a strike, and that is going to be 0-2. Leo Rivas getting some work in. As J.P. is done for the day. as he is just getting some rest before they get into the playoffs. Although they do have a bye week, though. But I guess they just want to avoid any kind of unnecessary injuries. The 0-2. And that's going to be low for a ball, 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And strike 3 called. And that is going to be strikeout number 7 for Emerson Hancock. And he has absolutely stepped up. He is on fire. He is an absolute running riot. It was a nice slider by Emerson Hancock. Just barely got into that strike zone. And now here is the pitch to Tovar. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to Naylor. Bobbles it. Now the toss over the first in time. And that's going to be another 1-2-3 inning. And now it's still 2-0.
Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned.
Actually, forget about that. We have Sam Darnold. He is now on the Cardinals 42. They could be in field goal range. Now here's Darnold looking to pass. Now here's the pass. That's going to be caught. And Jigba gets out of it, but he just got to go back in for the first down. Just go for that first down. Oh, man, don't do what Golden Tate tried to do. It wasn't smart either. When he got the first down in the NFC Championship, it was their last first down. And then he ran back to try to get more yards. And the offensive lineman, I think it was like Max Unger or J.R. Sweezy, was like, no, dude, just get back. Now we're at 1st and 10 for the Seahawks on the 31 of the Cardinals. Sam Darnold's got the running back, and he's going to hand it off to Kenneth Walker, and he has some room, and he gets about 3 to 4 yards on that one. And that's going to be about a 2nd and 6. Hey, OKC No Face, how you doing? You excited for basketball season? It's about a month away, less than a month away. And now we're at 2nd down and 6. I was right about that. And it's going to be the ball on their own. Now here's Darnold handing off to Kenneth Walker again, and he has the opening, and he breaks free, and he's getting well into the red zone. And the Seahawks are threatening to score once again. Another first down. And let me see who's up to the bat. It's going to be Josh Naylor. Maybe this one has more priority. That was a nice, beautiful run by Kenneth Walker. And now here's Josh Naylor. And that's going to be low for a ball. Because now we're at 1-0. I'm going to try to do it simultaneously. Now here's Darnold. And now he is going to hand it off to Zach Charbonnet. He gets free. And he's going to get in there for the touchdown. And the Seahawks just extended that lead to make it. Oh, but there is a flag. I think it's going to be a holding call. Never mind. It was Jackson Smith and Jigba with the flag. And he's arguing with the ref. And now we're at 1-1 to pitch to Nate. Oh, and that hit him. And he's going to go to first base. Not too happy about that one. Or maybe that hit him definitely. Jackson Smith and Jigba made it was just a block. I mean, I don't know if you can really call that a flag, honestly. So it's going to be still 1st and goal for the Seahawks, but they do lose some yards. And by the way, here comes Jorge Polanco up to the plate. And now here is the pitch to, oh, nope, throw back to first, not in time. Obviously, I'm multitasking. And I think the ref was thinking about throwing another flag on Jackson Smith and Jigba for arguing continuously. And now here is Jorge Polanco. And now the pitch inside for a ball. And that is going to be a 1-0 count. Now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. As now we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike one. And Kenneth Walker gets the handoff, and he gets a little bit yards back from the flag. That's going to be second and goal. Kind of tough to multitask on this one, to be honest with you. And now we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. He's going to bunt it down, and it's a beauty. And the throw to first, and that's going to be in time. But he gets Josh Naylor to second base. Nice bunting effort by Jorge Polanco. And now it's second and goal for the Seahawks. Man in motion, number 18. And there's going to be a flag being thrown. I wonder what this is. It's going to be false start on the offense. So that Kenneth Walker run basically just gets negated right there. That was on 81, Solbear. Now here's Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. Now the pitch, low for a ball. He is one home run away from 50. So it's too bad he won't be credited to the Mariners because he had just gotten traded from Arizona. He has 49 home runs. Would be nice for him to get to number 50. Now the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field, and that is going to be a base hit. And I wonder if Josh Naylor is going to be scoring. And now the throw to the plate. And nope, Josh Naylor is going to be stuck at third base. And Seahawks are losing a lot of yards on this one. So I think that's over for them on that drive. Nice hit by Suarez. And now we're going to have Dominic Canzone up to the plate. And now here's Canzone. And now the pitch. And he golfs it. And that's going to be foul ball. And that's going to be luckily out of play. Now we're at 0-1 for Canzone. We're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As that's going to be 0-2 for Canzone. Now it's 0-2. And the pitch. There's going to be a ground ball. Could be a double play ball. Throw to second and the throw to first. And that is not in time. And that's going to score in a run. And that's going to be Josh Naylor scoring on a fielder's choice RBI by Dom Canzone. And although he didn't get the hit, he still got Josh Naylor home. And now it's a 3-0 ball game. Mariners have now after this, they'll have 3 games left. They'll be playing Los Angeles Dodgers in the last 3 games, and then they'll get to rest for 5 full days before they host the American League Division Series. And now here is Mitch Garver up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a strike. And yeah, last time the Mariners had the opportunity to host a division series, they won that division series in 2001. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be a tough play. That gets on by, and now we got runners on first and second. I think that might be charged as an error. Mitch Garver gets on base twice, and now let's try to get Harry Ford in the game. Let's give him the pinch run. They considered it as a single. Mitch Garver is 2 for 2. I don't think he has really much else left to prove. And now here's Leo Rivas up to the plate. Mitch Garver has hit 9 home runs in 84 games. Now we got Leo Rivas up to the plate. He has got an opportunity to break this one open as he has taken over for J.P. Crawford. And again, I want to see Harry Ford in the game. Get him some more at-bats. But I guess the Mariners really just want to get, maybe they want to get that 1 seed. Considering that Harry Ford is still very raw talent. And now here's Leo Rivas up to the plate, batting .263. Now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And you would think that Leo Rivas may be one of the contributors. He may be one of the last players that makes it to the team for the playoffs. As now we're at 1-0 for Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And by the way, Seahawks lead it 20-6. As now we're at 1-1 on Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. 3-0 for Rivas. And after this, things can get interesting. Randy Arozarena will have the bases loaded if he does draw that walk by Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. And that is going to be ball 4, take your base. And now we got the bases loaded with 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Randy Arozarena if he can keep this inning alive. And I think that's the manager of the Rockies, and he has seen enough. This is Blaylock. He's gotten 68 pitches in, and he has absolutely struggled in this game, giving up a 2-run home run to Eugenio Suarez, and then an RBI by Dom Canzone. Nope, looks like he's just having a chatter with him. Watching Kyler Murray make a big run. And he's going into the red zone, more like field goal range, at least. So they can make it into a 1-possession game. Now here's Randy Arozarena. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Arozarena has 2 career Grand Slam home runs. The second time he did it was against the Astros early in the season in April. Now we're at 0-1, and now here's the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that's going to get right over for a base hit. That's obviously going to score in a run. And I wonder it's going to score a second run. And now the Mariners have now taken a 5-0 lead on a 2-out, 2 RBI single by Randy Arozarena. And now we've got Cal Raleigh up to the plate, and he has a chance to really do some extra damage. And let's get to 61. Nice hit by Randy Arozarena. Just got over the head of the second baseman and his glove. And now there's a chance to really just more than break this one open. Now here's big dump for Cal Raleigh. Oh, the catcher wants to have a talk. As he should at this point. Or he's just trying to freeze the game. If Cal goes deep, he'll send $20. I'll take it. And now here's Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-0 on big dumper Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh, he is tied for Babe Ruth for the 3rd most home runs by an American leaguer. 3rd most, yep. As we're at 1-0. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. Wasn't really his zone to swing at. And oh no, the Seahawks just suffered a pass interference. That's going to be on Tariq Woolen. Now we're at 1-1 for Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch. inside for a ball, and now the throw to second, and Randy Arozarena gets in there with a stolen base. Oh, and nope, they're going to just walk him to first base, and Cal Raleigh gets the intentional walk because they just don't want to deal with him. The fans are definitely not happy about it. They're really trying not to let him get any kind of an opportunity. But now it's going to be Julio Rodriguez who has a chance to hit a grand slam home run. And yep, that's going to be it. And Molina's going to be coming in. Julio Rodriguez will be the guy to come up to the plate. And let's go to the Seahawks game as we got Kyler Murray. He is now on a 2nd and goal. Looks like they've been pushed back quite a bit. Now here's Kyler Murray looking to pass. Now here is the big pass, and that is going to be caught for the touchdown, and the Cardinals are inching it close. Yep, that is a touchdown, and now they're inching it to a 1-possession game, and if the Seahawks aren't careful, this game might just run away from them. Pending PAT, that's going to be a 7-point game. So the Seahawks better be careful. That was Marvin Harrison Jr. making the catch, and it was a nice leaping catch over Devon Witherspoon. Oh my goodness. It went from the Seahawks embarrassing the Cardinals to the fact that the Cardinals are making a comeback victory. And that's going to go through, and that's going to be a field goal, an extra point. And now I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
And now we are back from the break. I am just in time. And now here is Julio Rodriguez up to the plate with the bases loaded, but there is 2 outs. And let's see what they can do. What he can do. And now here is the pitch. And check swing. Does he go? He does not. That's going to be ball 1. Mariners are up 5-0. Julio gets this. If he gets a grand slam home run, it'll be the 2nd time of his career he gets 100 RBIs, as we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Oh, right to the shortstop. Goes to second base. And that's going to retire the side. And we go into the top of the 5th inning. It is 5-0 Mariners. Randy Arozarena did get 2 runs in there.
Taco lovers, this one's for you. Come enjoy tacos auténticos at Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, packed with flavor, made with love, and always fresh. Try our carne asada, al pastor con piña, and more. Topped with cebolla, cilantro, y a squeeze of lime. Pair it with a cold drink and relax at our outdoor seating. Perfecto para disfrutar. Find us at the Snoqualmie Mexican food truck, open daily. Ven con hambre, sal fies.
Commercial break is still ongoing. Well, Sam Darnold just nearly threw an interception. And I think I'm going to turn my focus to the Seahawks game, even though I shouldn't, because the priority goes to the Mariners. But it's a very close game. It's 2nd and 10. And if the Seahawks cannot convert, it could be in big trouble, as we're at 2nd and 10 for Darnold. And now here's Darnold. He's going to hand it off to Kenneth Walker, and he gets at least a couple yards on that one. Could be a nice one. Oh, and then we got Carlos Vargas. He gets pulled, or he gets put in for, after just 51 pitches, 7 strikeouts. I guess it really was meant to be a bullpen day, but because of that, he's not going to get even a decision. I think he should have gone at least one more inning to complete, so that way he can at least get the opportunity for some kind of a decision to at least get him a win on record, which he heavily deserves. And now we're at 0-2 for Doyle. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a ball. Oh my goodness. Sam Darnold just threw a big one to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And that's going to be a first down. And now that's going to be popped up, and that's going to be Julio Rodriguez making the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. And now here's Kyle Karros up to the plate, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. Kyle Karros is batting .227. He did give the Mariners some trouble on Tuesday, as now we're at 0-1 in the pitch, and that's going to be in there for a strike. As we're at 0-2, and now the pitch, low for a ball. Now we're at 1-2, and looks like my feed just died. So until then, I'm going to go to the Seahawks game, as we're going to hand off to Kenneth Walker, and he's going to get not even a yard on that one. My feed just died. I'm going to see if I can get the Mariners game back on track. And it's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Seahawks. They're in field goal range. It's going to be handoff to Kenneth Walker again. And there's just too much time to be burning the clock, especially when the Cardinals have timeouts. So I am really confused what they're doing with the Seahawks. I'm very confused. See if I can get the game back. And I got the game back. Runner's now on first base, though. So I did seem to have missed a lot. And that's going to be a foul ball by Ritter. But now we got 3rd and 9. This is going to be a very crucial play for Sam Darnold. And now here is going to be the handoff to Zach Charbonnet. And foolishly, he runs the ball again. He's banking on a field goal by Jason Myers, which I heavily disagree with. At least get one pass in there so you can at least try to get it closer for a touchdown. And now you're banking on the fact that the Seahawks defense can stop Kyler Murray. But this is assuming that Jason Myers hits that field goal. I am still very confused, like what the Seahawks are doing. And Jason Myers is on a 53-yard field goal. Remember, Seahawks don't exactly have the best luck with field goals in this kind of situation in Arizona. Now, here is the kick, and that is no good. And that is exactly what I feared. That's why I said, like, pass the ball, but these bad play calls of just running it. And now Cardinals have the ball, and they have a chance to tie the game. And by the way, the Mariners now have runners on, or I'm sorry, the Rockies have runners on first and third. And of course, Carlos Vargas already messes it up. Like I'm telling you, Seahawks they have weird things that happen in Arizona. And now here is Vargas going into the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is strike one. Seahawks are going to Seahawks. It's the Mariners' year. Ugh. Delete that comment. I'm only going to delete it just because I don't want you to jinx it. Sorry, buddy. And that is going to be 0-2. Now we're at 0-2. Now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. And Seahawks, they're in trouble. It's going to be 2nd and 4. They are inching along as we're at 1-2. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to the second baseman, throw to first in time. And I think that's Cole Young on the defense. And now I'm going to go back to the Seahawks game. And now here's Kyler Murray on a second. Now here is the throw. And that's going to be caught. Or it could be out of bounds. It is out of bounds, and that's going to be 3rd and 4. And looking at the Mariners, Cole Young has taken over for Jorge Polanco. I wonder if Harry Ford is going to get his opportunities. Seahawks defense is having their problems against the pass from Kyler Murray. And now we're at 3rd and 4. This will be very critical for both teams. And now here is Kyler Murray looking to pass a quick pass, and that's going to be incomplete. And now it's going to be 4th down, and the Cardinals are going to have to go for it. And it now comes down to this. If the Seahawks do stop this, they have a really good chance of winning this game and just putting this Cardinals team away. Although the Cardinals still have 2 timeouts. And now it's 4th and 4. And this is a critical moment for the Cardinals and the Seahawks. And once again, it does come down to this. We're at 4th and 4. Ball on the 49 on the Cardinals territory. And they're going to call a timeout. Seattle calls a timeout. I'm looking at the Mariners scoreboard, and the next batter is going to be Josh Naylor because Julio hit a fielder's choice. We're back from the break. Now here's Josh Naylor. And now here is the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that's going to be a base hit. And once again, Josh Naylor is heavily contributing. Loses the ball, and now Naylor's going to get in there for second base for a double. That could just be an error. So that could be a single reaching on error kind of thing. And let's see what they say. Don't know exactly what they said. And now here's going to be a 4th down. Comes down to this. 4th and 4 on the 49. And now here is Kyler Murray looking to pass. Here is the pass. And that is caught by number 14. And that's going to be a 1st down. They're going to move the chains. And this game has just been changed. Oh my goodness. The defense is crumbling. Now here's Canzone. And that's going to be low for a ball. And I'm pretty sure I'm annoying people by doing simultaneous play calling, whatever. We got 1st and 10. It's going to be handoff to the running back, and he has plenty of room, and he's going to get close to the first down. It's going to be about a 2nd and about a 2. Now here's Cole Young, by the way, the pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball. As if this Mariners game is pretty much out of reach for the Rockies at this point. Now here's Kyler Murray again. He's going to scramble, and he's going to go down and get dropped for a sack. And the pitch to Cole Young. There's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a play to first in time, but that moves Josh Naylor to third base. It's going to be 3rd and 9 for Kyler Murray. And that's now a commercial break. Now we can go back to focusing on the Mariners game. Now here's Eugenio Suarez. Now the pitch up high for a ball. And he does have a chance to make it home run number 50. And you would think the worst case scenario, he just hits into a sacrifice fly to make it 6-0. And now the 1-0. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. And that is going to be 2-0. Now we're at 2-0 for Gino Suarez. And now here is the pitch. And check swing foul. And now we're at 2-1. Now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. And that's going to score. And Josh Naylor and the Mariners have extended it to a 6-0 game on an RBI single by Good Vibes Only, Eugenio Suarez.
All right, guys. Good vibes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.
What a day for Suarez, as he is now 3 RBIs in this game. And I wonder if Harry Ford's going to get a chance, as I think fans should be chanting, "We want Ford." He is 3 for 3 as Suarez. Now the pitch to Canzone is going to be low for a ball. I wonder if, I think Harry Ford is going to call for Mariners fans to chant, "We want Ford." Now here's Canzone looking at a 1-0. Now here's the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball. If you're at the Mariners game, please chant, "We want Ford." And it's going to be 3-0 for Dominic Canzone. And by the way, the Seahawks the Cardinals are at a 3rd and 9. And now here's Kyler Murray with a running back right next to him. He's looking to pass, and he gets the pass, and that's going to be complete. That's going to be a first down. And now for Canzone, now here's the 3-0, and then he takes it for a strike. Oh boy, what are the Seahawks doing exactly to themselves? As we're at 1st and 10, ball on the 30 for the Seahawks. Now here's the pitch to Canzone, low for a ball. Take your base. And looks like I can't tell who's going to be up. Now here is Kyler Murray. He's going to scramble out. That's the catch by Marvin Harrison Jr. And nope, looks like Mitch Garver is going to be up to bat, unfortunately. What about Harry Ford?
Now, it's easier said than done. He has a pretty good track record of making things pretty simple. That's one of the reasons why Mariners have been so successful by and large this year offensively.
Now we're at 2nd and 5. Ball on the Seahawks' own. Getting close to that red zone, to that goal line. As now we're at 2nd and 5. Kyler Murray is going to look to pass, and he's going for a big pass, and that's going to be incomplete. No flags thrown. That's what they want, but ain't going to get it. And now here's Mitch Garver up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And I'm serious. Why isn't Harry Ford playing? I am so confused why they won't play Harry Ford. It's a 6-0 game. And now it's going to be 3rd and 5. And this is critical. Looks like another timeout's been called. So the Cardinals have to burn a timeout. And now we've got Leo Rivas up to the plate. He's got a chance to still do some more damage. He's batting .263. He walked in the 4th, last inning. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And if Rivas, if he can somehow get on base, Randy Arozarena will have the bases loaded again. As we're at 3rd and 5. Let's see what Rivas can do. And now here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 2. Now we're at 3rd and 5. Kyler Murray is on the 25 of the Seahawks. And now here is Kyler Murray looking to pass. Now here is the big pass. And that's going to be caught. That's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. And now they're at the goal line. Oh my goodness, what is going on? And now it's going to be a hurry-up offense. And I am just too focused on the Seahawks game. And Leo Rivas struck out anyway, so it doesn't really matter. And this could just be an absolute devastation. As we're at 1st and goal, clock is winding down. And now here is going to be a handoff to the running back, and he doesn't get it. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Not exactly an ideal play. I think they should have been just passing the ball rather than just letting the clock die. And now that's going to be another timeout going to be burned by the Cardinals. And I think I will be calling this game a bit more passionately. All my focus is going to be on the Seahawks game. Mariners fans, I do apologize. But there are other Seattle teams to watch. Yeah, Devon Witherspoon just got burned by Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. has been making a huge difference. He has a touchdown and he has 66 yards. Certainly been a factor in the second half. And now we're going to be at 2nd down. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Got 33 seconds left in this game. And now we got Kyler Murray with a running back right next to him. 2 receivers on the left. And now here is Kyler Murray going for the pass. And that might actually be a touchdown. And that's going to get in for the touchdown. And the Cardinals are about to tie this game. Pending the PAT, it will be a tie ball game. And this may actually go into overtime. Where was the pass coverage by the Seahawks? And unless the Seahawks can stop the extra point, Sam Darnold's going to have to somehow race the ball with only 28 seconds left and only 1 timeout. And that is why I hated it when the Seahawks were just trying to burn the clock with like 4 minutes left, which made absolutely no sense. And now here is the extra point by the Cardinals. And now here is the kick. And that is going to go right through the uprights. And that's going to be a tie ball game. And now it's going to be 28 seconds left. And I wonder what was Kubiak thinking when he just kept running the ball. I was like, just pass at least once. I'm sorry. I mean, the Seahawks game is now going to be a little bit of focus. So I will be like giving some attention to the Mariners game. But now we got Vargas, now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up going into that should be Mitch Garver. Makes the catch, and that's going to be 1 out. And again, give Harry Ford some at-bats. Come on. Now it's 28 seconds left. They're going to kick off. And now here is the kick. And they're going to go with a little bit of a squib kick. And now it's going to be a flag. Oh, wow. Ball is placed at the 40-yard line. What a blunder by the Cardinals. And now the Seahawks get to start on their own 40 because it did not get past the 20 when they were trying to go for a short. And by the way, the Mariners just gave up a huge base hit by Vargas. Going to second base, loses the ball. By the way, Rayleigh is in the game for Julio Rodriguez, which means Harry Ford should be playing. And now it's going to be on their own 40. And it's going to be man in motion as Cooper Kupp. And now Sam Darnold, and he's going to go to pass. And now he's going to probably go for a big one. Now here is the pass, and that is incomplete. And where in the world was he throwing to? Obviously out of bounds because he just had nothing. And now is Dixon going to be practicing what? He's just practicing punts. I'm a little confused. If you can just at least get it to like around the 50s or the 6 or the 40 in their own territory, it could have something happen. We're at 2nd and 10, 23 seconds left in the game, in the regulation. And now here's Sam Darnold looking to pass. Now here is the pass, and that's to be caught by Jackson Smith and Jigba. He goes out of bounds, and the clock is still running. Got to spike the ball now, or just call a damn timeout, which they do. Oh my goodness, it wasn't called. This clock didn't stop, and I would review that. The ball did go out, or does your body have to go out? Oh my goodness, why is this game going exactly like it is? I wonder if they're going to reset that clock. They're going to review the play, whether he was inbounds or out of bounds. That means if the Seahawks do get it back, get that clock, if it goes out of bounds officially, then that means the Seahawks get their timeout back. And while they're doing review, this is brought to you by covering the Mariners game for a moment. Now the pitch up high for a ball, and that's going to be 1-2 for Tovar. Oh, looks like the Seahawks made it out of bounds. Seahawks get their timeout back. Now there's going to be a liner, and that's going to be a base hit, and that's going to score in the run for sure. And they do. And now it's going to be a 6-1 ball game for the Mariners. Carlos Vargas is proving he cannot be a high leverage guy. That's exactly why they put him in this situation. And now it's 18 seconds left. 1st and 10. Better drink some water. And now we're at 1st and 10. Ball on their 38 of the Cardinals. But they really got to get a little bit closer. Arizona's calling a timeout, and they just burned their last timeout. And I'm really confused why they're calling a timeout, because now they can't even ice the kicker. But I guess the Cardinals believe that there is a little bit of some bad juju when the Seahawks do play in Arizona Stadium. And by the way, the Mariners just got out of their inning, and that's going to retire the side going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Jason Myers is 63% on lead-changing field goal attempts in the last 2 minutes, so he's only at 63%, so he's not exactly a high-leveraged, high-pressure field goal kicker. And now it's going to be 1st and 10. 18 seconds left. Ball on the 38. And what can they do here? Now here's Darnold. He's just going to hand the ball to Zach Charbonnet. He kind of breaks free a little bit, and they just wasted, like, what are you doing? That's not enough. That's just too much yards for Jason Myers to make up on. And now they're going to burn the timeout. I think they should have just went for one more big pass. I have no idea what the Seahawks are doing. Terrible clock management by Mike McDonald, I can tell you that. And terrible play call by Kubiak. It's very questionable what they're doing. As now we're at 2nd and 6, 4 seconds left. They're going to go for the field goal. And I have no idea what they're doing. 52-yard attempt. That's just too much for Jason Myers, in my opinion. But he's going to try to go for it to win this game for the Seahawks. Otherwise, it's going to go into overtime. And now the set, the kick. And is that going through the uprights? And it is good! The Seahawks have escaped from Arizona. They have won the game on a Jason Myers field goal. They have now won 23-20. They barely escaped going into overtime. They got out at the skin of their teeth. And the Seahawks will go to 3-1 on the season, while the Cardinals go to 2-2. And yes, it was a very ugly game, but sometimes you'd rather have the ugly win versus the pretty loss. And I'm going back to the Mariners game. I don't really have much to say on that. Oh my goodness. And now here is Randy Arozarena. It's going to be a bad swing. This is bad. Just embarrassing. That's going to be 0-2 for Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball and foul. As now we're at 0-2 for El Rando Grando. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is going to be 1-2. It's crazy to think that I watched the entire second half of the Seahawks. As we're at 1-2 for Randy Arozarena. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. And now you got Cal Raleigh up to the plate with a man on. And I would imagine that Cal Raleigh is going to try to go for that home run. We're just going to have to see what happens. Because if he hits this home run, it's going to be home run number 61 to time Roger Maris as the second leading home run hitter in the American League. And now, here is the pitch to Cal Raleigh, and here it is. And a swing and a miss, and you know that he is going for that one. And now we're at 0-1, and now here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. And now we're at 1-1. Oh, you would really do it, would you, RGR 21? We'll see. As now we're at 1-1, and now the pitch way up high for a ball. That's going to be 2-1. As now we're at 2-1. And now the 2-1, and that's going to be a fly ball foul. As now we're at 2-2. For Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch. Wait, what? Swinging. Huh? What? He swung and missed. It was like way up high the strike zone. What? I am so confused by that. And now here is Luke Raley. And now here is the pitch. And now here's a fly ball to deep center field. Is that going to... Nope. It's going to be caught by the center fielder. And that's going to bring back Randy Rosarena at first base. Because Julio Rodriguez is not playing. And now we've got Josh Naylor up to the plate. Yankee fans really saying that? They're saying that the torpedo bat is cheating even though they started the torpedo bats? Okay. But what's stopping other teams from doing it? I mean, Julio opted out of the torpedo bat. He didn't like the torpedo bat. So what's the problem? And now it's Josh Naylor batting .294 with 20 home runs. Yeah, they discredit Cal because of torpedo bats. They're just mad that he's threatening Yankee records. As now we're at 1-0 for Josh Naylor. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to center field, and nope. That's going to retire the side, and very lost opportunity. I know it's 6-1. Mariners are winning it nicely, but you still want to try to give the Rockies no chance. And yeah, you kind of want to go for that #1 seed. You really do, so you can have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Not about the playoffs, throughout the American League Championship Series. That's what you really... There goes my hat. A lot of things I was really... Oh my goodness. I gotta... Yeah.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
Well, I am back. And we are back from the break. Wasted inning by Cal Raleigh himself. And we got Caleb Ferguson coming out. Bullpen.
It's one of the most hilarious basketball videos you will ever see. These middle schoolers were schooling WNBA players. Y'all thought I was playing when I said WNBA players can't even beat middle schoolers on their bars and they'll give them off for their money? Middle schoolers would legit get WNBA players.
Now the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Strike 2. And there's Karros. From Caleb Ferguson. Now here's the pitch. And that is low for a ball. And that is going to be 1-2. Karros is 0 for 2 in this game. It's the top of the 7th. And pretty much being ran away. And now the 1-2. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 1-2. And the pitch. And here's going to be a ground ball right to Suarez, and the throw to first. And nice play, and that is going to be in time for the out. And now we've got the next batter from Ferguson. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. That's going to be fouled back. As we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. As we're at 2-2 for Fulford. And now the pitch. And low for a ball. The 3-2. Up high for a ball. Ball 4. Take your base. Now here's Caleb Ferguson going up against the next batter. And the batter, to be exact, is going to be Ritter. As Fulford, it was the catcher. And now here is Ritter. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And as you can tell, Mariners are really not using any of their high leverage arms. And why should they at this time? As we're at 0-1. And the pitch. Low for a ball. As we are at 1-1. We're at 1-1. And now here's a pitch. And now there's going to be a fly ball caught in the throat of no throw to first. That does leave the runner on first base, though. That was caught by Cole Young, which the consensus think that he may not be on this roster for the playoffs. Jay Trident Podcast mentioned that he wanted Miles Mastroboni instead, as he is more MLB tested. Unless they just want to give Cole Young a chance in the playoffs. I don't know. Roster is to be determined. And now here is Moniak. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. And that will be retiring the side. And now we're going to go into the bottom of the 7th inning. And it is time to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back, so let's root for the Mariners. If they don't win, it's a shame. I mean, it would be a shame because they're up 6-1 on the Rockies. Can't possibly lose this game, right? 4, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Oh no, Sam, we gotta go. Yeah. Low way, low way. Oh, it is, Sam, we gotta go. A fine little girl, she waiting for me. I catch a ship across the sea. And a ship all alone. We never think we'll make it home. Hello, hello. No, 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 we gotta go. No, no, say hello, hello, hey. Oh, baby, said we gotta go. Well, that's my Louie 7th inning because the Mariners won't do it the right way because they're like Louie techno here. I gotta show you how exactly it sounds like. It sounded really, really, really bad. Let me try to find it. So they like fast paced and made it all techno geek. Yeah, they made it worse. Mine's better. And now we got Luis Peralta. And now here is Cole Young. And that's going to be outside for a ball. And that's going to be 1-1. He grounded out in the 5th. He's batting .213 with 4 home runs and 24 RBIs. Now the pitch, way inside. And that nearly hit him. And I wonder if this is going to be the inning where Harry Ford finally gets his at-bat. I mean, sure as heck better. As now we're at 2-1 for Cole Young. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. And the pitch, way outside for a ball. And now we're at 3-2, the pitch. And it's going to be fouled back. Tomorrow, I will not be here for the Seahawks or for the Mariners game, as I just won't. But I'll be back on Saturday with the Jay Trident podcast, as we'll be celebrating my 70th show of the season. And we'll be completing it with 71. And don't forget, I get more games, as I am going to be guaranteed 3 more games. So I'll be guaranteed 74 games if I do end up doing all those playoff games. The pitch, and that's going to be a liner and foul. But on October 4th, I may not do the game 1 because I have a softball tournament, a huge softball tournament, my final tournament of the season. And then I don't know. But I'll do game 2. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As now we're at 3-2 for Cole Young. Now the pitch. And popped up and still fouled. And Cole Young is really just fighting it off.
Was pretty much an everyday staple in the lineup for quite some time for Mariners, but that has changed over the last few weeks. Good chance tonight for him to get some at-bats.
As now we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. Outside for ball 4. Take your base. And now it's going to be Eugenio Suarez up to the plate. Cal Raleigh, Kyle Schwarber home run leaders. Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge 51, and Suarez at 49. Would like to see him join that 50 home run. That'll be his career high as well. And now here's Suarez up to the plate. It's going to be outside for a ball. I remember in the 23 season, he definitely did not have a good season. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. And it's going to be 2-0. Suarez in 23 hit 22 home runs and 96 RBIs and 214 strikeouts. The pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to get anything done. And he makes the catch. And it's going to be Dom Canzone up to the plate.
2026 Mariners season ticket memberships are on sale now. You can choose reserve or flex plan for next season. Unlock year-round tickets, big priority free sales, and more. You can come on board at Mariners.com/26.
Now here's Canzone, and that is going to be a strike. And now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Now we're at 0-2. And the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. That's going to be a base hit. And now we got runners on first and second with just one out. Nice hit by Dom Canzone. I think that's his second hit of the game. No, it's his first hit of the game. Excuse me. So now, and oh no, seriously, you're going to have Garver up? What about Harry Ford? Give Harry Ford a shot at this. Why even keep him on this lineup? You kept him rotted for a month. You gotta be kidding me. Yep, yeah, you have Mitch Garver. That's just great. And now the pitch. He's already done. Like, what more does Garver have to prove? I mean, is he like trying to get like I guess 10th home run? Is that like up his chances for a better contract? I doubt it. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and now the throw to second, the throw to first, not in time, and that's going to be runners on first and third with 2 outs, and it's going to be up to Leo Rivas to extend this inning. Now we've got Leo Rivas. And now the pitch. He's hitting on his right side, and that's going to be up high for a ball. And it looks like Cal Raleigh will be guaranteed one more at bat and see if he can get home run number 61. And now here's the 1-0. And that's going to be a strike. And the cool thing is Mariners did clinch that first round bye. I said it earlier in the game. They got the bye before the game even started. And now the 1-1. And it's going to be low for a ball, 2-1. It's nice to see that the Mariners are going to be hosting the division series. As now we're at 2-1. And now here's the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 3-1. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Randy Arozarena is on deck. He'll be batting if Rivas can stay alive. If he can get on base and prolong and extend this inning. Tomorrow I'll be excited to get a haircut. As now we're at 3-2. Mariners are now just 6 outs away from the win. Now the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And how about Leo Rivas? He's been contributing very well. 2 walks today. Now here's Randy Arozarena up to the plate. Now here's the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. He has the bases loaded. Maybe he's just trying to draw the walk. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. If it was a 3-0 count, I would have said red light to try to see if Cal Raleigh could get a chance for a grand slam home run. As now we're at 1-1 for Arozarena. Now the pitch. And he takes it for a strike, and that's going to be 1-2. Cal Raleigh will get the bat if Arozarena can prolong this inning. And now the pitch. And swing and a miss at the dirt. And then, wow. Now we're going into the bottom of the 8th inning, or the top of the 8th inning. And it is 6-1 ball game, but wasted inning opportunity.
We're making half pineapple, half tiki with barbecue chicken. You put the garlic. Put the pineapple on the whole pizza. Remember, they want half pineapple, and the one is going to be tiki. Tiki with pineapple, garlic, feta cheese, or eat your heart. And the chicken. And we're going to spread some barbecue on top. And it's ready. Put it on the oven. Let it run.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May. Try our hand-breaded chicken tenders, perfectly seasoned and served with a choice of sides, golden fries, fluffy biscuits, homemade mashed potatoes, creamy mac and cheese, fresh side salad, fresh coleslaw, plus enjoy a dipping sauce on the side. Come in and treat yourself to the best comfort food around. Visit us today and satisfy your cravings.
They're going over Cal Raleigh's home runs. And we are back from the break. And now the pitch. And that is a strike. Not really much of a sponsorship, more of a relationship. I just happen to be good friends with the pizza guy, and I just want to help him grow his business. If you're wondering where he is, now here's a ground ball. That's going to get right through for a base hit. We got Matt Brash on the mound, and that's going to be a double for Goodman. So, yeah, if you're curious, it's going to be Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. They also have Mexican food truck there. Yeah, so check out those places. Sahara Pizza is where you want to check out. Tell them next time I'm in town, I'm going to this restaurant purely because of your ads. Well, if you do, you'll get 25% off the bowling and 50% off the pizza on Mondays and Tuesdays. So don't miss out. Now here's Blaine Krim, and now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. Ball. Now the pitch. Up high for a ball. Looks like we got Victor Robles on the field, taking over in right field. It's going to be 2-0 for Krim. Now here is the pitch. Inside for a ball. That's going to be 3-0. And Matt Brash is starting to lose control. At this point, just walk him. I would. Like, what do you really got to lose? As we're at 3-0. And that's going to be a strike. Now we're at 3-1. And the pitch. Up high for ball 4. Take your base. Now we got runners on first and second. And if the Mariners aren't careful, Colorado could be very much in this game. Now Mitch Garver's having a little bit of a talk with Matt Brash. And I guess I can see why they're not, I don't know. Maybe Harry Ford's too young to talk to a bunch of older pitchers. I don't know, but I still think he should be playing. Now we're at 0 for 3 is Beck. He's going to be the new guy. Jordan Beck, batting .262 with 15 home runs. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball. Could be double play ball and the throw to second in time. But that's going to move the runner to third base. Now there's runners on first and third with just one out. And the next batter is going to be Tovar, the shortstop. Got 9 viewers on my show. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification, and also donate to the channel as the magic number is 45 to get me to 50. Now here is Ezekiel Tovar. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And how about Matt Brash this season? He has been one of the best relievers in the bullpen for the Mariners. And it's good to see that he's had a comeback year. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. Matt Brash, he's had an even better season. He had a 2.53 ERA. At one point, he was perfect. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nice slider by Matt Brash. And now there is 2 outs. I'll look up his baseball savant. Matt Brash, baseball savant. Just want to see what pitches that he actually has. Matt Brash has a slider, a curveball. Like, he's developed pitches and a changeup and a sinker and a fastball to pitch. And that's going to be a strike. It's going to be a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. His best fastball in speed. And now the pitch, way outside for a ball. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. And we got 2 outs. 1 more out until the end of this inning. His fastball has topped out to 95.8. In 23, it was 98. And now the 1-2. Low for a ball, and that is 2-2. We're at 6 viewers right now. The amount of likes I have is just 5. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is going to retire the side. The Mariners get themselves out of a little bit of a jam. And we are going to go into the very next inning. I actually have 12 likes on my show, so not bad. I'll take it.
Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
And we are back from the break. Now here's Cal Raleigh. Has a standing ovation. All fans are standing up to be behind him. And I'm pretty sure they are chanting MVP. I'm going to take a check. I can't tell because my streaming is pretty bad on the audio side. And this is a chance for home run number 61 for Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch. Now here's a fly ball fouled. Had the fans had thinking, I was thinking it too, to make it 61. Cal Raleigh has, after this, 3 games to go to get to 63. And now we're at 0-1 for Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. Good eye. As now we're at 1-1. Now here is the pitch. And, he just got jammed up and popped up. I think it's really getting to him, and that's going to be 1 out. And now we got runners on. We got Moose, and even the Moose has the mustache on. What's with everyone in that little mustache? I don't know. Do I get a fake mustache myself? Or just have this as a mustache? And now the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. And now we're at 1-0. And now here's the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And now the 1-1 pitch. Low for a ball. And this is Luke Raley up to the plate. And now it's 2-1. Way inside for a ball, 3-1. Best hitter today was Eugenio Suarez with 3 RBIs. Now we're at 3-1. Now the pitch. Outside for ball 4, take your base. Now we got a man on first base, and it's going to be up to Victor Robles as he has taken over for Josh Naylor on the batting side, which moved Luke Raley to first base. 2 outs away from going into the top of the 9th inning, and the Mariners will be 3 outs away from achieving win number 90 for the season. They can go up to 93. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball 1. Victor Robles hasn't had exactly a good season. He was mostly riddled with injuries, but he has contributed well for the Mariners since his return. And the pitch, and a swing and a miss. I'm trying to do some numbers check on that one. Victor Robles in this season, he had 30 stolen bases last season. This season, only 6. Now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Looking at his splits for 2025, how did he do? In the month of March through April, only 10 games in, he was batting 273, only 229, so he hasn't really batted that much better. And now the pitch, and now, yep, he went, and that is going to be 2 outs. I mean, although he's been batting not so great since his return, however, he has made an impact. I mean, sure, he's not getting on base as efficiently, striking out a ton, but at the same time, he made a very much of a season-saving catch that arguably saved the entire season for the Mariners and then gave them that huge momentum. Now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. As we are at 0-1. 90 is not. It is actually 116 is their all-time high. Their highest in the 90 win territory was 93 in 2002 and 2003, and they still missed the playoffs. They've reached 90 in 21 and 97, 21 and 22. The 1-1 outside for a ball. And that's going to be 2-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And that's going to be 2-2. Now we're at 2-2. And a pitch. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to retire the side. Last try for the Rockies. As now the Mariners, they are on track, just 3 outs away from win number 90. And that will be, how many times have they done it? They did it in 97, 2000, 2001 because they reached over 90. 02, 03, and then 21, 22, and 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be their 8th time in franchise history to achieve 90 wins. It's going to be commercial break. Still going. This is my 69th game. I cannot end this season on 69. That is not an option for me. And we are back from the break. As we are going into the top of the 9th inning. Mariners commemorative tickets customized with your exact seating location. Okay. And now here is the pitch. And this is Casey Legumina that is going to be pitching. And that is going to be ball 1 for Karros. As the Mariners, they're just 3 outs away from win number 90. And now the pitch, and that's going to be outside for a ball. I mean, the wins, I'll be excited for a win, but not like yesterday and not like the last 2 days. not that excited, but excited. A little bit more leveled this time. Now here's the 3-0 pitch. Way outside for ball 4, and they just want to make this exciting, don't they? Out of a low-key, lame duck game. Now here is Fulford from Legumina. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. As this winds down to a close for this game, I really want to see what the starting opening lineup was for the Mariners, and that is going to be a strike. Here's what it was. Your leadoff hitter was Victor Robles. Then it went to Julio Rodriguez, Cal Raleigh as catcher, Rosarena as left field, Rayleigh as DH, and now the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Jorge Polanco was your third baseman, but he was amazing with his home runs. Then it was Rowdy Tellez at first base, and too bad that he didn't get to be part of this team. Ryan Bliss was your starting second baseman, and J.P. Crawford was your shortstop. And what a long time. Look how far that they have come. As we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball. As it's still a man on first base. As they just want to make this game very interesting, don't they? The pitch, way up high for a ball. Now it's going to be 3-2. And I wonder what they're going to do with Legumina if they have a 2-man on, because you really just don't want to give Colorado any kind of a chance for any kind of a comeback. You just don't want any momentum breakers. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is going to be 1 out. Now we got Ritter up to the plate, and the Mariners have a chance for a double play. Epic C Films on the show. How you doing? Now the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. As we're at 0-1 for Ritter. Ritter is 2 for 3. He's actually been one of the better players for the Rockies today. He's been their best one. On the pitching lines, Hancock started it with 4 innings of work with 7 strikeouts. He was absolutely amazing. And now we're at 0-1 for Ritter, the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner to center field, and that is going to drop in for a base hit. And now we've got runners on first and second. Now, I'm not saying hit the panic button, but it could get a little bit dangerous. I don't know. Now here is Fernandez up to the plate. And now here it is. And that's going to be a strike. This series, he is 0 for 3. Now he's pinch hitting for Mickey Moniak. And now the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Now the pitch, way inside for a ball. So we're at 2-1. Now the pitch, and it's going to be a foul ball, 2-2, and it's evened up. Mike Trout has just hit his 23rd home run of the season, 401st of his career. And now the 2-2. And strike 3 called, and that is going to be out number 2. And it is going to be 1 out away from the Mariners getting win number 90. And it is just getting very, very close. They're at 89 wins right now. They have a chance to go 90-69, especially as division winners. And now here's Goodman up to the plate, and now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that is going to be a base hit. They're going to score him, and now it's going to be a 6-2 ball game. The Mariners just want to make this interesting, don't they? Especially on 2 outs. And now here is Legumina going up against Krim. And the thing is, one swing of the bat, and he did hit a home run last night. That could make it a 1-run ball game. So technically, Colorado is not completely out of it. And now the pitch, way outside for a ball, and that is ball 1. And that's going to be 1-0. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to center field, but Robles is there, and he makes the catch, and that is the ball game. The ball game is over, and the Mariners have achieved to win number 90. They have already gotten the bye away from the wild card, and for the 8th time in Mariners history, the Mariners will reach the 90-win territory. They did it in 1997, 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2021, 2022, and now 2025. And they are a 90-win team once again. And congratulations to the Mariners. And I'm actually just going to say, I'll go over the box score really quickly. The runs that were contributed by was Suarez with a 2-run home run. Canzone, he grounded into a fielder's choice to score in a run. Rosarena singled to center. Canzone, which scored Canzone and Garver. Suarez with an RBI single. And that was it when they made it a 6-0 game. But in the Rockies, they scored to make it 6-2 eventually in the 6th inning and the 9th inning where they scored each runs. The best hitter of the game for the Mariners was Eugenio Suarez, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs and a home run. Well, that's going to do it. I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you, RGR21, with your $5. And everyone have a good night and go Mariners.
All right, guys. Goodbyes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.